Alright guys, what is going on? Welcome back to the channel. And today I got a call out video, or a video of me just exposing someone and how fake they are. Now, this guy DB Geek right here, he does make some fun reactionary videos where, he'll be all excited or something. Sometimes he might be pretending to be excited. I don't know. He's one of those guys that, his channel has gotten popular just because people like seeing him react to things, being over the top, excited, screaming, jumping out of his chair and shit like that. But I'm going to call this guy out because even though he does make some fun videos, some let's plays, some streams, things of that nature, I do think he's full of shit. I do think he's a two-face, and I do think he's one of these guys that will go with the popular narrative on the internet and whatnot. And right now, I'm basically calling him out because he is doing what a lot of people are doing right now with the Nintendo Switch 2, which is basically he's trying to further push this stupid narrative or this idea that third-party games aren't going to run good on the Switch 2 and that it's better to get it on the PlayStation 5. This guy, at heart, is a PlayStation fangirl. Now, he came back to Nintendo or whatever, like, I gotta say, many years ago on the Nintendo Switch, he started playing through Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom, I think Super Mario Odyssey as well. So he started playing Nintendo games again, and it's probably because there wasn't jack shit to play on the PlayStation 5. I think he even admitted that, like, yeah, there wasn't much to play on PlayStation 5, so I had to come back to Nintendo. Anyways, this guy, as much as he seems to really enjoy Nintendo, he's still a PlayStation fangirl at heart, and I'm going to show you that here in a second in this reaction video that he did to the latest Nintendo Partner Showcase. Now, that Partner Showcase was, obviously general Nintendo Directs are going to be better. The Partner Showcase, for what it wasn't bad at all to me. If we didn't have the amount of great first-party games that we have right now and ones to come, then I would have been really pissed off. But because we have great first-party games like Kirby Air Riders, Donkey Kong Bonanza, Age of Imprisonment, Mario Kart World, because we have good games right now and we have many to come. Oh, by the way, we just got Mario Tennis Fever, which is really fun so far. So because we have great games already and we have more to come, I'm not too pissed off about that Partner Showcase. It does suck that Duskbloods wasn't shown, but besides that, for what it was, I thought it was solid, and I can't wait until an actual general Nintendo Direct that's going to be a million times better. But here's what I want to talk about. I'm getting kind of sick and tired of people pushing this stupid idea, this narrative that, the PlayStation 5 is the version to get for all third-party games. Like, when it comes to third-party games, you have to get it on the PlayStation 5 and not on Nintendo Switch 2. And I'm going to show you this guy's, really stupid reaction to looking at Resident Evil 9 Rec Realm for the Switch 2. This was from that Partner Showcase. And, he makes this really stupid remark about it. You'll see here right now.
For the next encounter.
Yeah, I won't be playing this on the Switch.
Impending doom is always close
But
at hand.
for the Switch, this looks pretty impressive.
Another.
So as you can see, he's like, yeah, I won't be playing this on the Switch. I won't be playing it. And he says it in such a stupid way, like it looks bad or it's noticeably inferior or something compared to the PS5 version. This guy's been doing that a lot with a lot of third-party games that are being shown for the Nintendo Switch too. And he even said, it looks good for the Switch. Or for the Switch. It's like, first of all, it's not on the Switch, idiot. It's on the Switch 2. Alright? He's saying Switch. It's like Switch 2. Get it right. Second, what do you mean it looks good for the Switch? It probably looks just as good as a PlayStation 5 version. Probably better, since there have been games that actually look better on the Switch 2 than on the PS5. Better color palette, better, just better colors. Sometimes the Pragmata video, or side-by-side comparison of Pragmata, you can see that there was better things on the Switch 2 version, the background being more sharp and crisp and not having any blurs in it like the PS5 version. But he's just so quick to just like dismiss Switch 2 versions of all third-party games. And it's like, what are you seeing that makes you just dismiss it right off the bat? And I think it's just the PlayStation fangirl in him basically trying to push this lie, this narrative that, oh yeah, Nintendo's not as powerful, and yeah, these games don't compare to the PS5 version. But anyways, in the comments section, I replied to this stupid remark from him, and I put, the game is literally going to be running at 60 frames per second in 4K and 1080p in handheld mode for the Nintendo Switch 2. And yet you're acting like it's somehow inferior to the other versions. You're stupid. So that's what I wrote to him, which is accurate. And his response to that was, nothing wrong with having a preference, but pop off, King. And then I replied to him, basically saying what he said, nothing wrong with having a preference, as if one is better or any different from the other. In this case, the Nintendo Switch 2 has Amiibo and can be played portably. So what exactly is your preference here? And like a smartass, he replies and says, PlayStation. And after he says that, I correct him on what his real preference is, and I just put Gay Station. So yeah, this guy, he's just being a moron. He's basically just acting like the PlayStation 5 version is somehow going to be way better when it's really not. Anybody who picks up the game on either console is not going to notice a difference. All right? They're just not. Now, here's what's ultimately more stupid, though, about him dismissing the Switch 2 version. And there was another comment of somebody saying, man, I'm just disappointed that you're just so willy-nilly to just dismiss the Nintendo Switch 2 version. Like, we need more of these third-party games. But here's the thing about this guy's reactions, or him dismissing the Switch 2 version. During his reaction to the Nintendo Switch 2 presentation, the very first one, this dude was just screaming his ass off at how excited he was. Not just with the power of the Nintendo Switch 2 and how powerful it was going to be, but every time he saw like the announcement of a third-party game, like Elden Ring, Cyberpunk 2077, or his favorite game, which is Final Fantasy VII, being revealed for the Switch 2, boy, he just had the most over-the-top dramatic reaction, like it was the greatest thing ever. You know? Oh, so happy, just crying tears of joy to see these games come to the Switch 2. Yet here he is just like, yeah, I'm not getting that on I'm not getting that on the Switch 2, guys. No, I'm not getting it. Let me show you guys real quick. All right, so this is his video way back when they, gave us that big 1-hour presentation of the Nintendo Switch 2. And I'm going to show you how he reacts to just how powerful it is, to the third-party games that get announced for it.
In addition to the USB-C port found on the bottom of the console, there's one on top as well.
Right.
It's handy for connecting a USB-C camera
I see what you did.
or
Fair play.
charging in tabletop mode.
Oh, okay. That's sweet. That's actually a really nice slice of life feature.
256 gigabytes of internal storage, 8 times that of Nintendo Switch. For storing your game downloads,
How much
data,
is this
and more.
console, bro? How much
Reading
is
and
this
writing data
console?
is also faster.
How?
Use the Nintendo Switch 2 dock to connect to your TV and enable up to 4K resolution for compatible games. HDR is also supported in TV mode.
4K! Shut up! What? Oh, my neighbors
The
hate me,
Nintendo
dude.
Switch 2 dock has a built-in fan that keeps your console cool.
Boy, he's laying it on pretty thick there, isn't he? Ain't he laying it on pretty thick? Just like, shut the fuck up! Like, just going crazy just to hear that, it's in 4K when it's docked. Dude is just acting like this is the greatest thing ever now. I could understand if it's because, oh yeah, I get to play these, first-party games in 4K. Okay, fine. That's understandable. But then he has these over-the-top reactions at the announcement of third-party games coming to the Switch 2. All right, get a load of what he says right here.
ここでジョイコン2のマウス操作による完全新作タイトルをご紹介します。
I actually can't
こ
believe
ちらを
it.
ご覧ください。
I'm actually like I need a drink. I need a drink. I can't believe it. Here's the mouse feature. Like what else can they do? What else? Like I'm so happy right now, dude. My expectations have been blown out of the water. This game looks super fun. What is this game? Dude, I'm actually like, I'm so, like, my emotions are so heightened right now. That comes from streaming, but also seeing Breath of the Wild again. But in 4K, 60 frames per second, I'm shook. I'm actually shook, dude. Korok Forest, that's the first place I'm going. You actually have to roll the wheelchair with the two Joy-Cons. That's insane. And then you have to shoot. Bro, why is this game amazing? I need to play that. That looks so good. That looks so good.
両手で2つのマウスを操作して、
In Drag
いろん
X
なプレイ
Drive,
を
you use
直
both
感的に
Joy-Cons
繰り出せ
to
る
pull off various
Drag and
moves.
Drive
Cool. Okay.
2つのマウスによ
Oh my
る新たなチーム戦に
God. Is anybody else losing their mind watching this right now, or is it just me?
Nintendo Switch 2にやってくるソフトメーカーさんのタイトルをご紹介します。
I have long observed the lands between. This world is in dire need of repair.
You are fucking kidding me! You are fucking kidding me!
The ways of
Oh
grace
my god, bro!
that guide you through your burden.
You are actually kidding me, dude.
All right, so that's not the clip I was looking for. I mean, it's one of them, but basically, you know, he's just acting like, oh my, this is insane. Look at Elden Ring coming to the Switch 2. I can't believe it. You're fucking kidding me, as he says. I'm trying to find the other reaction, though. There was like a different one where he was like, the Switch 2 is the greatest console ever. Let me see if I can find that real quick. All right, I found exactly what I was looking for right here. Just listen to what he's got to say about the Switch 2.
可能になります。さらに 4K60fps で没入感のある世界を
4K
探索す
60
るため
frames per second
HD
and performance mode 1080p 120 HDR.
HDR を対応した2つのモードを
They have graphics
好みや環境に合わせてお選びい
This
ただ
is
け
the
ます。
best console in existence right now.
この秋に発売予定のポケモン
Pokemon
レジェンド
Legends. Oh my.
This is the best console in existence right now. That's what he said about the Nintendo Switch 2 back then. So yeah, it was the best console in existence, but you know, every single third-party game that is coming to the Switch 2, he's not going to even bother getting it. He's just going to get it on the PS5 and just, you know, doesn't even explain why. It's just, oh yeah, I'm not getting that on Switch 2, you know. So I'm just curious as to what the hell changed. Like, what's going on here? Is he just being fake? Is he just, you know, is this just a fake, you know, reaction, fake excitement just to get everybody, you know, hyped up and happy so they could like his video and they could keep watching him, be excited? I mean, is that what all this is about? Or did the PlayStation fangirl in him just reminded him, hey, you got to continue supporting PlayStation over Nintendo no matter what, you know? You know, you can't, you gotta stay loyal to PlayStation. So it doesn't really make any sense, but let me skip over to him reacting to, you got to see this reaction next. His reaction to Final Fantasy VII coming to the Nintendo Switch 2. This is a really important one right here. All right, so right now he's like hysterically laughing because he's excited about Cyberpunk 2077 coming to the Nintendo Switch 2. Or he was back then. It's already on the Switch 2 right now. But After this, it's going to show Final Fantasy VII coming to the Switch 2, and just look at how he reacts to it.
Cyberpunk 2077 is an open-world action-adventure RPG set in Night City. Thanks to Nintendo Switch 2, you can transport yourself to the city of dreams at home or on the go. Get ready to meet unforgettable characters and discover engaging stories when Cyberpunk 2077 Ultimate Edition comes to Nintendo Switch 2 on
Nintendo, please stop spying on me. Get your ninjas out of this
こんに
office.
ちは。ス
Oh
クエアエニ
my
ックスの
god.
浜口です。
Son.
任天堂スイッチ2でファイナルファンタジー7リメイクインターグレードを
I
発売い
can't
たし
do
ま
it.
す。
I can't do it
本作
anymore,
は
bro.
ミッドが脱出までを描いた3部作シリーズの1作目となり20年以上の時を経て再創作された新しい FF7 を体験いただきます。スイッチ2で展開する FF7 リメイクシリーズにぜひご期待ください。
Dude's over here just crying his ass off at, Final Fantasy VII being announced for the Nintendo Switch 2. Like, just breaking down into tears, or pretending to break down in tears, pretending to have tears of joy over this announcement, right? Well, let's see how he feels right now about Final Fantasy VII coming to the Switch 2. Let's see if he kept the same energy or not. All right, so we're back on the latest reaction to the partner showcase from DB Geek. As y'all saw, he was super, super emotional seeing that game be announced for the Nintendo Switch 2, just falling out of his chair, tears of joy and all this shit. Let's see if he kept that same energy.
Final Fantasy, baby.
The second entry in the Final Fantasy VII Remake series
it's coming
is
to the
coming
Switch.
to Nintendo Switch
Of
2.
course, it was only bound to happen.
In pursuit of his arch nemesis Sephiroth, Cloud Strife and his comrades escape the city of Midgar and embark on a journey across the vast world. Traverse the planet on chocobos, wheelies, in a buggy, or other modes of transportation. Team up with allies in battles, blending action and strategy.
It's crazy that I have not played this
If
game
you
yet.
like to focus on the story, there's also
And
a
it's
boost
one,
function to
if
make
not my
combat
favorite. The original Final Fantasy VII is my favorite game of all time. And I absolutely adore the remake.
You to take a break from the action.
So I really need to
As you interact
just find the
with your
time to play
allies,
it. Because I know I
their
will love it.
affinity toward you will grow and impact how the story unfolds. What fate awaits Cloud and his crew in their pursuit of Sephiroth? Final Fantasy VII Rebirth launches on Nintendo Switch 2, June 3rd. Pre-orders begin later today.
Nice. I'll probably stick to PlayStation, to be honest.
With Robin
All right.
here today.
Nice. I'll probably stick to PlayStation, to be honest.
All right. So yeah, as you can see, I'll just probably stick to PlayStation to be honest. So yeah, I don't know why he was pretending to be so damn excited about this game, but I know this is I'm guessing this is just a different version because they have how many versions do they have of Final Fantasy VII? There's remake, retelling, remaster. I don't know. They have so many different versions, whatever, but it's funny how he didn't keep that same energy about this game being on the Switch 2, and he's like, oh, I'll just go stick with the PlayStation 5 version, to be honest. But it doesn't make any fucking sense at all. How he went from being super excited, enthusiastic, and just tears of joy and all this other bullshit, seeing these games come to the Switch 2, like it was the best thing ever, acting like he doesn't have a PlayStation 5. But suddenly, it's like, oh, I'm just going to stick with the PS5 version, yeah. I'm definitely not getting that on the Switch, man. I'm not getting that on the Switch, so. I just want to know what it is. I mean, were you just being fake in your first reaction to the reveal of the Switch 2 and how powerful it was and all these third-party games coming to it? Was that just all for show, just putting on a show to get people excited? Is the PlayStation fangirl in you just too strong? I wonder what it is, but let me just say this. These people are fucking dumb. They're full of shit, all right? This guy is acting like the Switch 2 is just you just don't want to get any third-party games for it. And the only games worthy of anybody's time when it comes to Nintendo is Mario, Zelda, whatever else is big and popular on the internet, I guess, because he's not giving Kirby Air Riders the time of day, that's for sure. That's another thing that I pointed out. out to was that, you know, he's not, in the beginning of this video, he made a comment saying, oh, I gotta be honest, guys, like, there hasn't been much excitement with the Switch 2. And I was like, oh, well, you know what? You didn't bother playing Kirby Air Riders. And on top of that, you didn't even bother watching the damn Nintendo Directs that Masahiro Sakurai put out for that game. There was a 45-minute one, then there was a 1-hour presentation, and not once did this fool ever check any of those out. Actually, let me find my comment really quick. Let me see. Let me go back to the 1-minute mark where he makes that comment.
Be honest, there hasn't been a whole lot from Nintendo that's got me hyped in the.
There hasn't been a whole lot from Nintendo that's got me hyped. Well, I mean, you chose not to give Kirby Air Riders the time of day, probably because nobody else on the internet, all the other grifters, aren't really doing it that much. But I replied to that stupid comment. So there were 2 awesome presentations hosted by Masahiro Sakurai showing off Kirby Air Riders that you chose not to even watch. If you are not even going to play the most fun video game on the Nintendo Switch 2, then that is your problem. He replied to this, Croy, with a question mark. And then I replied back, isn't that what you do a lot of? Airing out your depression once in a while? Because apparently every now and then he'll upload a video of him just with a serious look, staring at the camera, like looking sad and looking like he's got to tell people how sad he is or something. But he replies, yep, it sure is. And somebody else, one of my followers, who I guess follows him as well, Emerson SSBB, I forgot what that stands for, but anyways, he replies to me saying, DB Geek is a brand new Nintendo fan. He just recently converted like Legendary Badass. That's another YouTuber. And I reply saying, actually, he has been playing Nintendo for far longer than Legendary Badass. He really didn't have much of a choice as the PS5 was boring and didn't have any exclusives coming out. And by his own admission, this is why he decided to start playing Nintendo Switch for his streams. It was a smart move to generate interest in his channel, and he will even title his playthrough of Nintendo games, PlayStation Guy Plays Breath of the Wild. If I started streaming Infamous or Fat Princess on the PS3, my channel would likely gain a huge following from PlayStation fans, especially the ones who currently hate watch me, which that definitely would happen. He replies and says, go on then, put your theory to the test. Let's see how that turns out for you. Come back to me when it ends up being a complete nothing burger. Since you know so much about my channel and how it garnered success, I expect to see remarkable results in your attempt to replicate what I do. And I put, you cry way too much, but that is definitely something I have considered doing since I want to play those 2 games, especially Infamous 1 and 2. He replies, you won't do it. And then I reply back, not on your time, I won't when I feel like it. Seems like you just want to see that. So it seems like he kind of wants to see me do that, you know? Maybe because he wants to see me play his favorite PlayStation games or something for the first time. I don't know. I don't really care. I'm not going to let anybody dictate what I do, but yeah, it is just kind of funny how this guy's like, you know, it just seems really fake of him, like, to act like he was super excited for how powerful the Switch is and all the games that it switched to and all the games it was going to be getting. But now he's just like, yeah, I'm not getting that on the Switch. I'm not playing that game on the Switch. It looks good, but I'm not getting it. And of course he's acting like, oh, there hasn't been much excitement from Nintendo. Oh, really? Well, you chose not to play Kirby Air Riders. You chose not to watch the presentations or react to them in any way. So I mean, it's really your problem if you feel like the Nintendo Switch 2 isn't that fun. You're not even playing the best game, arguably the most fun game on the Nintendo Switch 2, besides Donkey Kong Bonanza. So, I'm going to call out people's bullshit. I don't care how likable they may seem or how many followers they have or whatever. If somebody is just, you know, being ignorant, I'm going to call it out. And that's what DB Geek is doing. And he seems to be really phony, really two-faced from his first reaction to the Nintendo Switch 2 to him just dismissing it and acting like, oh yeah, there's not much right now and I'm not playing that game on the Switch 2. Guys, let me know what you think about this in the comments below, and I will talk to y'all later.